everybody, this is Patty from Forever Moments Designs. Today, I'm playing with my new kit. It's called Victorian Collage. Um, there's a lot of, I'll show you the papers in a minute, but I wanted to give you some little tips and tricks on making the little window pockets. And these are just some examples, these two, of what I made. And we'll get to this one. So, in the add-on kit, you get these little window pockets. So, my idea is, actually it's a tip, is fold this all up first. And then do a poke here in the center. And what I do is I kind of cut to each corner so you can cut this out in little sections, which makes it a heck of a lot easier. And then cut this out. It makes it so much easier to cut out in little sections, just like that. So once you get all your pieces cut out, you'll have the window. I'm going to move these out of the way, and I'll show you these once I get this one done. So the next step that I do is I figure out what my backing paper on the inside is going to be. And another tip is I ink on this side because you got a little notch hole. So I'll put this in here and glue it down. That way when you're closing this, there's something besides white paper to look at. And it also helps reinforce the little pocket. So let me just glue this down real quick, and I'm just using my art glitter glue. I don't know why it's coming out this much. It's unusual. Usually I gotta fight with it, but okay. And I just kind of set it in there. And make sure that you're not going over the fold lines, because it will inhibit you to make the pocket. So there, that's in there just like that. And I flip it over and I cut what's hanging over the little notch. I just snip that right out. I can't get this one. We'll get it. We'll get it. There we go. So I just snip that off. The next thing I do, and you can use packaging paper, I'm using a sheet of acetate, and I'm going to put the window in. And the tip with the window is you want glue space so you can glue your pocket shut, and you don't want to glue on the acetate. So if you cut your acetate a little bit smaller, and you don't want it sticking up so it sticks out of the notch on this side. So that looks like a pretty good position, and I have just a little bit of space on the side here. And what I do is I use the art glitter glue, and I don't get too close because it will smear. And then you'll have the glue when I make it, try to make it very small bead. If you have a big bead, you're going to want to wipe it because it'll just bleed through the opening. And then I just place it and lightly tap and kind of brush so the glue is going away from the opening. And then you have your window. So now at this point, we can glue this shut. And we just like that. And like that. And fold it over. And make sure it's glued down. So each one of these pockets comes with something that fits inside. Like this one doesn't fit this one. It fits this one. And a big journal card that can go in the back. So for this one, I have this image, and what I did was use some of the paper from the kit and some vintage music paper, and I just made like a little card, and I backed it, and I didn't ink it. So we're going to ink it. Hope you guys are enjoying this kit. It's a fun kit. I really appreciate all of you that purchased it for your support. Okay, so now we can slide this in our little pocket. Trying to get it. Oops, did I glue it? Hang on. Maybe the glue ran over. Yep, it did, just a little bit. All right, let's get it. Open up here. There we go. Now I should be able to slide this in. And there we go. So there's a little card. And then the big one, I flip it over and I put it this way inside. And now I need to decorate the front, and I'm going to add a tag that I made. So for the decorations, I have, let me move this out of the way. I'm going to grab some of my lace. Not that one, this one. And I'm just going to put some lace along the bottom here. And I'm just using some vintage crocheted lace. And I'm using my Fabric Tac glue. And we're just going to make a little bead along the bottom. And put that on just like that. And then these labels come with the kit. So I'm going to add this label. Or maybe, I think I want to, hold on. I think I want to do this. Just to add a little something at the bottom. Move that out of the way. So these pockets can be used as a tip-in your journal. They can be floating pockets. You can use them to actually make a journal out of. Goes this way. Just press that in. Like that. I'm going to snip off these extras on the side here. Just like that. Okay, where did my little... I'm going to add my little label down here in the corner. I might rough it up a bit. Alright, so we're going to put the label right down here in this corner. And because I'm gluing on fabric, I'm using the fabric tack. And I'm just going to put that right in this corner, like that. And this is one of the fussy cuts in the kit. Then I'm going to stick her just like that on here. So I'm just going to use my art glitter glue. Right. And we're just going to position her and glue her down. Just like that. Whoops, a little too much glue. Alright, and then up in this corner, I thought I would add this label with this, like right here. And I'll probably rough up that label just a little bit. Did everybody survive the storm? It's still really, really cold here. So I just want to figure out where I want to position that. And I'm going to pull this out and put glue on this first. So I can get this positioned. Just like that. And then we can glue this label down. Okie dokie. Just like that. And all these pieces come in the kit. So then on the back, I thought I would add a pocket, which is also from the kit. glue the little flaps on. And put that right there. And add some of the ephemera. So there's some smaller tags, and then there's these bigger ones, which you'll see in a minute. Come on. Okay. That. I have a little ephemera piece and another one that I'm going to stick right there. And then these two smaller images. I'm just going to pop in the pocket like this. And then we can flip it back over. So let's make a tag. So this is the large tag that I have in the kit. It's a little curled because I was gluing. This is one of the images in the kit and one of the labels. So all I did was add a little bit of vintage music paper and some embossed paper. And I'm going to add some lace. Let's see. Let me clean that up. Right up here. Alright, let's glue that before I flip it over. Just like that. And I just want a little pull tab. So actually a little bit more of a pull tab. Let's see. There we go. And then these butterflies are also from the kit, and I put two together, and I kind of pop the and bend the wings on the first one, and we'll just curl the bottom one like this. But before we do that, I need something behind it. So I have some like netting that I coffee dyed, and I just thought, let's fold this up. Let me see what that looks like. Oh, I like that. Okay. Maybe we need a little bit that way. Now let's see. I kind of like that. Alright, so let's glue that down. Alright, and I'm just gonna tap it in and then use my butterfly to kind of make it stick, just like that. That way I don't have gluey fingers. I'm just going to hold it for a second. Just to... And then we can just slip our tag right in between the two journal cards. Just like that. And there we go. We have a pocket that you can either use as a tip-in in your journal, if you're making a journal, or you can have it as a floating pocket, so you could add it to a bigger pocket. You could clip it to a page, or you can take these and put like a strip of paper on each side on this and make a cute little journal, because the back sides you could put other stuff on, like I did with the pocket here. So this one, I added one of the labels from the kit. This is a label. You get 3 large vintage thread tags. There's another of the large tags with another butterfly and another label. And in here I have this girl. And a big document, French document. And for the backing paper, I used one of the collage pages that I had cut up. So let me just get these back in here. That. This one I kept it simple. I just made the pocket, used one of the labels, used some of my sari silk, one of the little ribbon things, I forgot what they're called, banners, and some lace and some sari silk, and I actually attached it to the large journal card and backed that journal card with some vintage music paper, and used one of the papers in the kit for the background in here. And I could still add more if I wanted to, but sometimes just keeping it simple is also the way to go. So I'll show you some of these papers. So this is the paper that I used. This was a collage paper, 8.5 by 11, that I used for the back of this one that I had cut up. There's a collage paper. This is a background paper. Another collage paper. Oops, they're sliding. There we go. So I have 8.5 by 11 and 11 by 8.5. So I have some tall and skinny ones that you can use on top of this, the landscape. And here's another tall and skinny. And then there's a whole bunch of background papers. Some of them I've used, so they're not all in here. And the add-on kit has all of the window pockets. Let me move this out of the way. So you have, here's 3 that I made. So you get this one with the journal cards inside. There's this one. There is this one. And there is this one. So there's 8 of these. So they would make a really nice journal. So then the last thing I wanted to show you is with the scraps and one of the pockets from the kit, I decided to make just something I could slip into a journal. So this is one of the collage strips, and I have a little tuck spot back here that you can tuck something in and still write on it. And I slip that right in there with some little sorry. And I made like a bookmark from one of the papers, added the image, the tag, some lace, and put music paper on the back. And that just slips right in here. Or not. Hang on. Oh, I see what I'm doing. Got it stuck. Okay. And then on the back, I used a piece of the music paper. It was the title, I guess. I have a vintage photo that I just added a little lace to. One of the little cards, journal cards from the kit. And I just added a piece of vintage ledger paper. And I just stuck it in here like that. So I hope you all have fun using this kit. I've been having a ball. I'll probably be back with some more fun makes that you can do. And I will post the link if you haven't bought the kit and you're interested. I'll post the link to my shop in the description. And if you're looking for a place, a safe place that you can make friends and get some inspiration for crafty projects, you can come join us in the Inspired Craft Room on Facebook. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.